Hello, Life Church. My name is Marissa Morales. I'm here and I have the privilege of sharing a devotional with you today. And before I get started with that, I want to further introduce myself a little bit. If you haven't heard, I went on the world race in October of 2018 and then came back in August of 2019 and then left again to Squad League World Race Gap Year in September and then came back in March. Originally, I was supposed to be back in June, but due to our current situation, we ended up coming home earlier than what was expected. And that has really put a damper on a lot of my plans, and I'm sure it's done the same for you. And so that's why I'm excited to share this devotional with you today, because I think that the Lord can use it to encourage and spur you forward into whatever it is you need to walk in this week. So right now I'm reading through the book of John, and I'm in chapter 16, and in verses 17 through 33, I was really encouraged by what Jesus had to say to the disciples, and I wanted to share that with you because I believe that I can draw a parallel to what Jesus is speaking on into kind of where we're at today, or more specifically where I'm at today. Obviously you as well, but everything hits different for different people. So, okay. Well, in John 17 through 33, the disciples were asking each other what Jesus meant when he said, "In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me." They were kind of running around each other, continuing to question each other, and Jesus saw that they wanted to ask him about this, and he said to them, "Are you asking one another what I meant when I said, 'In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me'?" And then he goes into these "I tell you the truths" and talks about how they're going to walk through suffering and how a woman who has been laboring, she's carrying a baby in her stomach, her time will come for the baby to come out, and then she will no longer be laboring in that season of carrying a child, but she will be rejoicing in the fact that her child is born. And he's talking about how there's going to be seasons of suffering and how at one point we're just going to not even remember our suffering because we're going to rejoice in it. And then as we approach the latter part of the chapter, Jesus is encouraging them. And he says in verse 33, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you may have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." And what I really wanted to gather for myself in verses 17 through 33 is that Jesus calls his disciples to have courage. When I looked in the King James Version for the smaller part of "but take heart," it says "but have cheer." And when I looked at what cheer meant, it meant to have courage. And so when you look in the NASB, it says "take courage," and in the NIV, it says "take heart." And I think that is so relevant to what we're walking through today as something that's so unfamiliar. At this time, the church was scattered because Jesus left in John 16. But in our current time, the church is scattered because of COVID. And it's a little unsettling, it's very unfamiliar, and sometimes it's disheartening. But we have a promise that has been fulfilled through Jesus to have courage because he has overcome the world. And so I believe I can draw a parallel in this in saying that even though this time is so unsettling and frustrating, the Lord has already overcome it. And our job to go forward is to have courage and to continue to live and love and to serve the people who are around us. And we should move forward in courage. In spite of what the church looks like right now or in 10 years, Jesus has overcome all of it. And we should have peace in that because he has already made us aware of these things, just like he made the disciples aware that he wasn't going to be around, but he was going to send the Holy Spirit. So I just wanted to share that with you and hope that it encourages you to have courage. But more importantly, just to let you know that you're not alone in this, and Jesus has prepared us for trial, and he has made it known to us so we don't flutter in it, so we don't freak out in it, and so that we rest in Him and His peace in it. So that's all I have to share with you today. I hope that you can take something from it and really sit with the Lord in it, because I have been able to, and I'm really grateful that the Word is so life-giving in that way. So thanks so much for spending time with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and have courage.